guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a very fun video idea. It is do's and don'ts of makeup. Now I know that it is a very subjective matter of what you should look like, what you shouldn't look like, and don't let anybody else tell you how you should look. But this is just like a fun video that I thought I would film, and I really hope that you enjoy it. On the left side I'll be showing you the do's of makeup, and on the right side I'll be showing you the don'ts. I've already prepped my entire skin. So I'm going with my primer. This is the Fenty Beauty primer. And before that I've moisturized my neck and my face, put sunscreen on, and just making sure the base is nice and hydrated. Okay, so I'm going to start with the right side. I'm going to be taking this foundation and mixing two colors to make it my skin color right now. And I'm just taking very little amounts on a flat kabuki brush, adding thin layers little by little, unifying the skin tone. I'm just lightly packing it in without making it look like a mask. Now for the don't side, I'm using a shade which is a little bit too dark for my skin tone. I am making the foundation drip onto my skin. It looks great on IGTVs, but honestly, your pores are screaming when you do this. Okay, not going to lie, but this looks great on camera, but it's not as great in person. Okay, on the right side of my face, I'm going to contour with a slightly warmer shade of cream contour. Just going to dot a few on my face, so that is the temple area, cheekbones, on the jawline, and some on the lips. And the trick here is to use the same foundation brush that you already used. It's just going to melt the products in together because both of them are cream based products. I'm going to make sure I drag my cheek contour upwards and my jaw contour downwards. Be using a contour stick and directly applying it on my face without warming the product in. I'm also using a darker shade and an ashier shade than that I used on the right side. Dragging the contour down on my face. I'm taking a synthetic blending brush which is clean. It looks muddy and loses the shape of the contour because the whole purpose of contouring is bringing shade to your face. Okay, I'm going to take concealer now. On the right side, I'm using two colors. One is more of my skin tone and the other one is lighter. The lighter one is going to act more as a brightening concealer, and I'm making sure I apply very thin layers and not a heavy hand. I'm also placing the concealer on my lid as it will counteract the discoloration I have on my eyelids. Also note that I'm not taking the concealer all the way up to my lower waterline. I'm just going to add concealer where I need the heavy duty coverage. Removing the excess from the brush and taking a damp beauty blender to blend it all in together. This side, I'm going to be really going in with a heavy hand and packing this concealer, using it as a highlight. There's a big difference in the colors of my highlight and the cream contour, which is going to make it look less natural. take a clean beauty blender and going in where I usually crease, making sure that I don't have creases before I apply the powder. So I'm taking the excess and dusting the powder off on my hands so it's not really stark. I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder again. I just want to show you two different techniques you can use with the same powder and the effect it can create. So while the powder is left to bake, I'm gonna start up with the brows on the right side of my face. I'm just gonna take a brow pencil and shape them, not filling them in completely. And I'm just using some powder to fill in the ends of my brow. Brushing them to make them look more fluffier and natural. Dusting off the excess bake. I'm gonna begin with the brow on the don't side of the face. So I am outlining my entire brow and filling them completely. It gives a more harsh and aggressive look. These brows were really in a few years ago. I mean, it still looks good on some people, but I wouldn't normally wear it. So I'm going to be priming my eyes with this matte shade from the Huda Beauty dual side eyeshadow base, and I'm just mapping where I am going to be applying eyeshadow. I'm picking up a deep peach color and applying it to the outer end of my eye. Picking up this bone colored eyeshadow, I'm placing that right underneath my brows and also on the lids. This is just going to add more shape to my eyeshadow rather than just it being one color all over. Now taking the brown eyeshadow, I'm going to be stamping that to my upper waterline. Taking my time to wing the eyeshadow upwards and outwards. To pull the look together, I'm going to be taking this lovely sparkly shimmer and placing it right in the middle of the lids to create this wet kind of look when you look down or ahead. On the other side, I have not applied any base, and I'm just going to be dipping into one color and applying it in a very rounded shape, not really blending it in precisely. This is going to make your eyes look more rounded. Do bear in mind that this is a fun video and I'm trying to make it look as contrasting as I can. I'm taking a very harsh, cooler toned bone eyeshadow. Taking a very shimmery eyelid color, I am placing it right in the center. There's no definition, as you can see. And I'm going to be making my eyeliner very thick and taking it all the way towards my inner corner. Now this is going to make your eyes droop down a little bit because one, it is thick, and the other one, that it just doesn't suit every eye shape. I'm going to be taking a warm brown eyeliner kohl, and it's just going to make sure that it's not too stark. Tightlining both the upper and the lower waterline. So for the right side of my face, I am taking some mascara, and you can use any mascara, but I feel like every time you remove the excess in the bottle itself, it ensures that the lashes aren't clumpy when you apply your mascara. I do this every single time, and I'm also placing them on my lower lashes. And on the other side of my face, I'm just using the mascara straight from the bottle. As you can see, they've already started clumping a little bit. On the right side, I'm applying individual lashes from Ardell just in the outer corner because it's going to lift my eye. I've used 4 to 5 individual lashes. On the other side, I'm using intense lashes and I'm not even cutting them. I'm just applying them as they come. It's just going to make your eyes droop a little bit more. I'm using a black eyeliner in my waterline, which is going to make the whole look very intense. Dipping my brush into a baked formula of my bronzer. It is non-shimmery and it's gonna just diffuse very nicely without showing any texture. And on the other side, I'm using a very warm tone bronzer as a contour, and it's just gonna show up as very harsh lines. Taking a very flattering mid-tone pink and peach color, I am going to be placing that on the apple of my cheeks and taking it upwards, and it's just going to make your face have a very healthy flush of color. On the other side, I'm going to be taking a much more dense brush, and I'm also using very shimmery textured blush. It's going to emphasize my skin texture more. Onto the nose contour, I'm using a medium toned shade and taking that contour right up to where my eyebrow starts. Over here, I'm taking a much deeper shade and just placing that right in the center and just making sure I pat them down to lower the intensity with my beauty blender. I'm using again a baked formula of highlighter, making sure I place that precisely on the tops of my cheekbones and also a little bit on my nose and my inner eye corner. I'm going to be using a highlighter which has more of a shimmer rather than a sheen, and I'm also using a fan brush. I honestly have stopped using fan brushes. They really don't give any control over the application. Now onto the lips. I'm going to be using a natural shade to line my lip. I'm just making sure I don't fill them in completely, filling them very lightly. I'm just going to use a very caramel nudie neutral color of lip, mixing both the lip liner and the lipstick with a lip brush. Gloss in the center to bring it all together. And on the other side, I'm using a bright red lip, accentuating the Cupid's bow. Now there's nothing wrong with a bright red lip. It looks too intense sometimes with false lashes. So guys, that's the end of the video. Honestly, there are no rules for makeup. I just thought I would play around. Mistakes I have done in the past. Take home message is that don't let anyone tell you what to do or how to wear your makeup for this instance. Because everyone's faces are different, everyone likes different things. The word makeup itself is making up what you visualize yourself. It's like art. And also do let me know if you do like some makeup don'ts that I did, or do you prefer makeup do's that I did, because that would be very interesting to know. Please make sure to subscribe down below and also give a thumbs up to this video if you really enjoyed watching it.